So many people think that malware is always going to come on a file that you can physically see. That's not always the case. And this is what's called fileless malware. And it's unfortunately one of the fastest growing types of cybersecurity threats right now. Hey all, my name is Emilio, and if you're into cybersecurity, we run a channel here all about macOS security. So if you want to follow along, click on the subscription button, click on the bell. That way you are notified when we release content. And also we run some great software to ensure it gives you that level of protection on your Mac called Moonlock. Moonlock is that piece of software that you need to be running all the time. You run scans across your Mac, you can check security advice around how you can protect your Mac further. You've got a built-in VPN, and you can even block out regions, certain countries that are known to have some threat actors residing. And the great thing about Moonlock is that it runs completely silently in the background as well. You can go and download for free for 7 days. Go and try our Moonlock product. The website link is down below. And if you want to use it for longer, you can also grab our discount code YouTube10 at checkout so that you can ensure that you stay safe on your Mac. Fileless malware is basically living off the land. It's living off the resources of your computer without it being a physical file that is downloaded, like a traditional DMG file or an exe file on Windows, for example. Those are traditional files that may contain malware that you install. But fileless malware runs directly on the RAM on your computer. Nothing gets saved to your hard drive.
And the hardest thing is that because it's not a traditional file, it leaves minimal footprints. So traditional antivirus scanning software often miss it.
So there is no obvious virus file, and many malware and virus protection software miss these. It comes in the same way. Often it's a social engineering effort where it's tricking somebody. It's a phishing attack. It's somebody that's just put out a fish, a line, and wants you to go and action something. You've clicked on something, you've downloaded something. So the mechanism for it to come in is often very similar to a traditional file-based malware.
Could also be a compromised website, that a website may look legitimate, but then there's actually something malicious inside of that website that you click on, gets downloaded to your computer. Can also be through your email attachments, and then even an application that has a vulnerability that is exploited, and that's how it gets in.
But then what this does is it triggers a script, a batch file, some piece of code rather than a file itself. And then this piece of code runs directly in your system memory. On your Mac, it may use a traditional tool such as the terminal, which is essentially the command line interface built into every Mac computer. And then silently in the background, it's going to start executing commands. So what are some of the signs that you have got some of this fileless malware running on your computer? One of the most common, this is true of both file and fileless, is performance issues. How is your Mac performing? Is it performing not as well as it did yesterday? There could be a problem. Is it slow? Is it freezing? Is it just not working the way that it should? Is your CPU spiking? Is it running hot? Is your fan going crazy? Unknown processes or weird activity running within the activity monitor. What about network activity? You're transferring files. Does it just feel sluggish? Maybe you download data from another network device in a business, at home. Does it just feel a little bit more sluggish than normal? When you open up your browser, are you getting a whole bunch of pop-ups? There's that sense of urgency. You need to click on this, you need to do this. Maybe there are redirects automatically. The home page of your browser goes to somewhere that you didn't tell it to go. Have there been any system changes? Within the login items, background tasks, are there apps in there that are running that you don't recognize? Apps in there that shouldn't be there. So what are some of the detection techniques that you could be following to identify if there is some of this fileless malware running on your computer? And the reality is, unfortunately, is that traditional malware virus checkers on the Mac often do not pick these up. Go and install Moonlock directly from our website. You can go and pick it up, the link down below. You then run a scan across your entire computer, and Moonlock will analyze all of your files, but it also will analyze all of the running processes, the scripts, the system behavior. It'll then identify the threats, and it's going to look for the suspicious background activity, the unknown scripts that may be present, and then it's going to remove the threat. Moonlock will act as your fileless malware remover. And then once that's done, you have enabled real-time protection all the time. So in the event that something like this should happen again, it picks it up before it becomes a problem. We want to be proactive here. We want to stop the threats from happening in the first place. And if they happen, they don't linger on your computer for long, because if you have real-time software running behind the scenes, checking, monitoring everything, it'll pick it up as soon as it happens. Go and download Moonlock, try it for free for 7 days, and then go and pick it up using our coupon code YouTube10 to ensure that any sort of malware, file-based as well as fileless-based malware, are picked up and removed as quickly as possible. Hey, we love protecting Macs. We love securing Macs on this channel. So why don't you also follow along? Click on the subscription button, click on the bell. That way you stay up to date with all macOS security tips to ensure that your Mac is safe and healthy. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next video.